right, folks. A lot of comments, of course, about the coach. Everybody wants to know who the next coach is going to be and has their opinion on the next coach. I totally get that.
Funny, a lot of Tom Hermans keep coming up there.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? And I'm not sticking my nose up at Tom Herman at all. I mean, what a great guy would be a great guy to have with all of his ties to Texas high school and recruiting the state of Texas. He'd be an asset. But what did he do? He got fired at Texas, right?
He did.
He was a high school coach, and then he coached Texas. What has he done?
Yeah, did not have a horrible run at Texas, but certainly did not have a successful one.
He's not the head coach there anymore. And he was a guy coming out of there that, I mean, and hired. He was like the big name out there, the hot name.
Yeah. Yes, he was. Yeah, because he did such a great job at Houston.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot Houston, but
yeah, he was at Houston.
Right.
And, yeah, had a big run at Houston. Their last team beat Florida State in the Peach Bowl, finished in the top 10 in the country. So he had a nice run at Houston, and that was after he was the OC at Ohio State when they won the national championship.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
I don't like Kyle asked who my money on. I'm not putting money on anybody right now until we see the way the season plays out.
No. Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's making any drastic decisions right now. There's a lot of football left to be played. And quite frankly, you know what? I'll tell you, I mentioned it to two of my colleagues after Mickey Joseph's press conference today, is that I didn't need to say anything, but I was just like walking by people. I was like, I like him. And I'm referring to Mickey Joseph. And I would love anything to see him get his fair shake. And with the odds that are stacked against him and to see what he has a chance to do, it would be awesome to have him still here as the head coach, or at least, God, we hope that the new head coach keeps him, retains him on the staff, because he's an asset to the University of Nebraska. And in my whole time covering the team, going way back, I don't think there's anybody that's been as valuable on the staff than you have right now in Mickey Joseph.
So a few people had asked that question in the chat. So there you go. You got your answer right there. I think the same thing, that any new coach would, he would have to, you would find a spot for Mickey Joseph, even if I would think he would be your set wide receiver coach, or maybe you elevate him, give him some kind of a wide receiver coach / assistant head coach title, something like that.
Yeah.
To keep him around. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because it's such a no-brainer, and especially with his love and passion for this school, that he didn't have to come here. He could have stayed at LSU. He had a perfectly good spot there. Well, Brian Kelly, I don't know. Maybe I don't think Brian Kelly did offer him the job, did he?
I think he wanted all his own people, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right there too. But when you think of it, that with Mickey and with Bill Bush, that are two guys that have spent a lot of time together, and it was kind of funny that he was talking about their relationship. That back at LSU, Mickey was the wide receiver coach, and Bill Bush was the safeties coach, and so they dueled each other at practice day in and day out. And a lot of people got the impression that they didn't like each other. No, they like each other fine. They love each other, but
they're just competitors.
They're competitive with each other, and neither one of them wants to lose. And that really, you can see that in these guys, and they are both of them are just two of the most fired up coaches that you'll see, just full of juice all the time. and going 100 miles an hour the whole time. And that rubs off on your players. Seriously, it does. And that's just not something that you saw with Coach Frost in charge. Everything was kind of just taking it easy, standing around, observing. No, these guys get after it. And that's what you want as a player. I mean, me going way back to my playing days, my favorite coaches were the guys that had spit coming out of the sides of their mouth and getting you fired up to go knock the other guy down into the dirt, That's the way I grew up with football, and that's how these guys coach football. And that's why I really like having those guys in charge right now.
Katrina, it's nice to hear from the ladies. Katrina, thank you so much for the contribution tonight. Appreciate that. You talk about real football. Katrina wants to go with the wishbone.
Oh boy, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, Nebraska has never run the wishbone. You'd have to be Oklahoma to pull that one out of your old playbook.
Yeah, they didn't.
How about the power eye?
The power eye option attack.
The only problem is we don't have any fullbacks on the roster, so it'd be a little bit hard to operate the power eye or just the eye. I guess if you have Jaquez Yant, you could kind of transform into a fullback if you needed to. I bet he'd do a pretty good job there. I know Moonbot would love to see that.